here, when this is seated, take good quality bearing grease. It's just the shaft that tapers. Hey guys, so in today's video I will be showing you how to change the what do you call them? The bearings on a Massey Ferguson 240 farm tractor front wheel. This thing comes up here like so and tightens up with these bolts, and this goes onto that shaft. If you take this cap off, the shaft will come out there. Here's another bearing, and the shaft will come out there, and you'll have two washers. I only have one, but I will go get another one. I didn't realize this wheel just had one, but one washer is a full washer, just ordinary washer. The other one has a little, like a little piece of metal sticking out there, a little point there, and that corresponds with the groove on your shaft. I will show you when we put this back on, but that's what that's for. And this washer goes in front, and then this bolt tightens on there. And they're asking me, why does it have these grooves in it? Well, because on that shaft there's a hole, and you need to put a split pin through there, and you can't do that if it doesn't have these grooves. So then you'll put the split pin through the groove and through the hole. That's what that's for. And then you just have your cap here, which you screw on there with a grease nipple in the middle. So that's about it. Let's take the tire off the bench, and we'll quickly reinstall our new bearings. These are Bepco. The part number for this bearing kit is 1810416M91. And what you get in here is front bearing, back bearing, and the cones for those bearings, as well as oil seal. So let's quickly take the tire off and put in the bearings. Okay, so now we have the tire off. As you can see, this screws on here, and there's your big bearing here at the back. This is actually your oil seal, that right there. Don't know if you can see it, but this worn part here, that's your oil seal. Okay, so that worn part there is this oil seal. Part number 897242M1, and that squeezes in there, and I'll show you how to do that now. So how do you take that out? Because you can't get this bearing out here, so just take this light and put it up here. You can't get this bearing here out. This one here, you can't get that out without taking out the oil seal. So let's get this put in a vise, and I'll quickly show you how to do that. Okay, so here we are now. What you'll need to take out this oil seal is a good little flat screwdriver. And we'll just take this and just tighten it up in our vise here. Tighten it like this, you can see. There we are. That ain't gonna move. So this right here is your oil seal. You'll just put your screwdriver in there, and it'll just pry that out. it's pretty tight. Actually, you know what? Let's get a bigger screwdriver. Okay, so I got a little bigger screwdriver here. You just pry that out. It's gonna sit. Get that vise tightened up. It's gonna sit, so you're gonna have to work it out. Okay, there we are. Now we got it out. So we'll take that, chuck that away, and now this thing here is your back bearing, big bearing. Chuck that, and you can see in here there's a kind of a cone in there. It kind of tapers, and that cone also needs to come out. And I'll show you how to do that right now. But first, loosen up your vise. Turn this round. Tighten the other side. Like that. And then unscrew this cap. And take out this bearing too. And chuck that. And there's a cone in there too. Just watch out when you're working on this front side, because there's threads here. And you don't want to hurt that, so just watch out for it. And this actually is not such a big tractor. Not that big at all. But for what I'm doing, it's big enough. Okay, so as you look in here, there's going to be two, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's going to be two slots. Okay, actually get all this gunk out. There's going to be a slot right in there. You can see that. It's like a little cutaway. And you take your screwdriver and you pop that in there, and that's for removing these cones. And there's one down here and one up here too. So you just take this, put that in your vise, tighten it up, get a hammer, and then you just put your screwdriver in there and just pop that cone out. One pop this side, other side, one pop. One this side, one other side. And then you just alternate that until it pops out. So. And you'll feel it move, and you'll hear it as it moves. There we are. We got that out. And it looks like this. It's just that cone. Chuck that away. And if you turn this around, exactly the same thing. Except this one's just a little bit bigger. But exactly the same thing. There we go. Got that one popped out. Chuck it away. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just go in here and clean everything out so that we can put in our new cones and our new bearings and oil seal. So I'll quickly do that and show what it looks like. Okay, so here we are. I've cleaned that out. You don't have to worry about the inside. That's not really an issue. But you want to clean that out. And up here, where the bearings are going to sit. And then these are the bearings here. I'm going to do the back. Actually, yeah, the back. Do the back bearing first. So, the back bearing is the big side, and that's where your oil seal, which I've shown, this goes in here too. So, this is the back bearing, the big one, with its cone. Part number, which one is it? I can't see here nicely. Part number 1851800M91. And this is the inner bearing. So, we'll take that and yeah, I know, not the proper way. You know what? Actually, let's do this properly. Okay, there we are. Now that's proper. Old custom-made knife. Hate to ruin it with all this oil, but we can clean it, can we? There we are. Alright, so this is the inner bearing right there. Now, I'm talking about a cone, and the ones we popped out with the screwdriver and hammer are these guys. And as you can see, they're tapered. This side's thin, that side's thick. And this is solid. And then this right here is the bearing. And as you can see, that's tapered too. So that rides in there just perfectly. Rides in there. Like that. So let's pop this in quickly. So how you put this thing in, just turn this to show you. Okay, so this back side with the letters and the numbers on it, this goes down like that, and the thin side must be visible. So the way you put this in, you take this, and it fits right in there. So you'll take this, and you'll just pop it in there, and then get a hammer. Here we are. You get your hammer, you just pop that in. Right around. And now you can use a smaller screwdriver. I'm just going to use the same big one. I'm just going to clean it off. So there's a piece of newspaper here. I'm just going to use that. Clean this off a little bit. There we are. That looks better. Cloth. Okay. There we are. And you take this, your screwdriver and your hammer, and you're just going to tap it and move it round. And if there's small scratches on the bearings, on this this thing here on the cone, the thin side. That's nothing to worry about, but don't try and hurt it, because you will. Oh, this one just doesn't want to go in. What is that? Just doesn't want to go in. Pop in this side, pop in that side, middle, top. There we go. Now it's going in. And you'll hear when this is seated, as it goes, and it's seated right there. Just make sure it's in. Yep. And there's a little gap there, and if your bearing right here is flush with that, that's flush, then that should be fine. So now I'm going to take a good quality bearing grease. I'm going to take this, put that in there, some new clean grease. Just rub that in there. That should be enough. And just take a scoop like that and press it into the bearings right there. Force that in. Can't get enough lubrication on these things. Put on as much as you can. Coat the insides, outsides, coat everything. Get some more. Really dunk it and put a lot on there. A lot of lube. Don't worry about getting your hands dirty, because you can wash them. There we are. And that pops in there. And it moves. It's fine. Now it's time to put in our oil seal. And the oil seal, you can just pop that in with a rubber mallet. That's what I use. Or some kind of hammer that's soft. Because this is rubber and this is metal. And you don't want to mess it up, because these things are expensive. So, and then you see this, it's got like a little reservoir in there, and here it's flat. The flat side must go out, so it must go in like that. And that you can fill up with your grease. You can fill that up all the way with some grease. On the insides, coat it, put it on thick, as I say, you can't get enough lubrication for a bearing. It can be soaked. There we are. And then that just pops in there. And clean your hands off a little bit here. And then you just take your rubber mallet and just pop that in. And it is a tight fit, so don't be afraid of that. It is a nice and tight fit. Actually here, let's back it out just a little bit on this side. Just check it, because it's got to be flush with this here, this metal. Then exactly the same on the other side, except you don't put in an oil seal on that side. It just has a cap. So you open the bicep again, pop that in, tighten it up. Yeah, got your bearing. Got it out here. Oh, sorry. Probably. This is the outer bearing. Part number 895322M91. Bepco parts. Great English-made parts. Alright, pop that in, and I'm not going to show this one because we already did it, so I'll skip that, and then I'll bring you along for the next. We got this bearing in there now, and this is the outer bearing. So actually I can't show you how to put it on the shaft. Sorry about that, because it's all hung up here now. But anyways, it's just a shaft that tapers, and the tapered end comes through here. It's got threads, and don't tighten this up too much. Just tighten it up until you can put the split pin through, and that's tight enough. And then you just put your cap on. Screw that on there, like so, and you reel with 6 nuts, and that's it. That's all I have to share today. We will see you on the next video. By the way, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like. Thanks for watching.